Greg's back. Concord Food Co-op. How are you? Did you have a good 4th?
Oh, I had a great 4th, yeah.
Did you go fishing?
Did a little fishing, yeah. It was wasn't that successful, but caught a few trouties.
Okay. Brooks, rainbows, what'd you get?
Brooks. A couple Brooks, yeah.
Cool. Doesn't matter. It's the going, not the getting.
And it was just beautiful up there. The upper part of the Baker and the Amanuensis, just beautiful up there. So no matter what, even if you don't catch fish, as you're suggesting, it's just beautiful up there.
How far up on the Baker?
The Baker all the way near what is it, Moosilauke Road there?
Yeah.
All the way up.
We
there.
used to go tubing on that. That was so much fun.
Not that much water up there for tubing these
really?
days. Not up that far.
Oh,
you'd have to get down a little bit.
But that to me is just great.
Mm-hmm.
Then the problem is getting 4 miles down and realizing I got no way to get back.
Yeah,
there's the problem.
Yep, the walk.
Didn't think this through.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we going to do today?
Well, today's very interesting. I don't know where this one's going actually because it's
we never know where these are going.
It's like chronic pain. Sing away your pain. And when I was talking to Brenda, that's what she wanted as a subject. It was like, okay, I don't even want to ask any more questions. We'll just see where this thing goes. So I'm interested to see what the thought is behind singing away your pain.
Wasn't that Gene Kelly?
No, that was Singing in the Rain.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, well, hey, I was close. Yeah. Amy Coombs, ARPN, Advanced Registered Nurse Practitioner, founder and owner of the integrative family medicine practice Whole Life Health Center in Newington. Whole Life Healthcare is an all-nurse practitioner practice. It's been open for 20 years. An integrative approach to medicine combining the best of Eastern and Western medicine, all under one roof. And if you'd like to go to the website, go to mywholelifehealthcare.com, all one word. You can do that. Hi, Amy.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you for coming in.
Oh, happy to be here.
And Brenda Wilbert, playwright, artist, expressive arts facilitator, former New Hampshire psychiatric nurse practitioner. Is she like going to analyze us?
Mostly you.
Yeah, I know. She keeps looking at me. I'm not sure. She owns Schoolhouse Players, a theater company in Concord, with her playwright husband Charles in collaboration with Concord TV. Brenda's producing a series of medical educational plays for TV. Ooh. And you can go to schoolhouseplayers.com if you'd like more information. Kind of an eclectic combination here. I like this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, this is very good. Wow. So how do I sing away my pain?
Well, we're talking about the healing power of expressive art.
Okay.
For people who have chronic pain. For instance...
define chronic pain.
Well, I would say pain lasting more than like 3 to 6 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it could be joint, back, knee,
anything.
whatever.
And it could be also spiritual pain. It could be...
Now define spiritual pain.
Well, people sometimes have a spiritual crisis. You know, they're not sure they believe in God or spirit or whatever. It could be a spiritual crisis. It could be an emotional crisis because your emotions affect your body. And if, for instance, if you're really anxious, you can tighten up your muscles and you can have more pain. But when I talk about the expressive art, what I'm talking about is all kinds, it's movement, sound, visual journaling. What I mean by visual journaling is that you can create an image, and then you can change that image and make it more of a healing image. Expressive art, you can access, release, and transform your feelings through the arts. It could be through poetry, sound, music.
Is this a short-term fix or a long-term fix?
Well, when we talk about pain, that is, you need a comprehensive pain strategy. So that's part of it. The expressive art is part of that, and Amy can talk more about the other strategies that we use. But that's, and then what's happening is I write these medical educational plays that show the healing power of expressive art, and I wrote one called Sing Away Pain. And the episode that Amy and I are in is I introduce the stage reading by professional local actors. And then what happens is then we talk, and then in the episode, in the play, the protagonist is dealing with chronic pain, and it shows how she's being helped through the expressive art. And then I interview Amy for 20 minutes, and we talk about the comprehensive strategy. And we're going to premiere this episode at the Red River Theater on July 25th. And 7 p.m.
Very nice.
And also, which I'm really excited about, is I went to school for expressive art at Salve Regina University in Rhode Island.
Oh, sure.
And Barbara Gannon. In Newport, Rhode Island.
There you go. Yeah.
And Barbara Gannon was my teacher there, and she started the whole expressive art program. And she's written all these books, and she is coming to Concord for the event, and she's going to be on the panel discussion.
Wow.
So we're really excited about that.
Wow. So when I leave here and I drive home and I drive through Concord, all those people I see singing in the car, are they in pain?
If someone's in the car with them.
Yeah, well, just wondering. But I applaud those people.
Yeah.
I really do. Because I know there are people that are singing until they see a car. Then they stop because they don't want to be, judged.
Right.
So they stop. Then there are other people I see, they could care. They are just belting out tunes and got the window down. They're terrible. I mean, I'm hearing fingernails on the blackboard, but they don't care.
It's a release.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And I always sit there and look at them going, stop judging them on, boy, gee, that doesn't sound like Shania Twain. Yeah, whatever. To them, boom, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling bad, whatever. And I'm thinking, well, you go. That's okay.
Every morning, my husband sings Gershwin songs to me.
Really?
He just starts belting them out, and he's happy. And just for release.
Can he do Summertime?
He doesn't know. He only knows the lyrics.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's a nice way to start your
day. It is
day.
a nice start, yes.
But but I see that, and that's the outward manifestation of what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. People just belting it out, having fun, and not caring what anybody else thinks. And I like that. People are too preoccupied with, what's the car next to me going to think? Who cares? Who cares? You're never going to see them again. Right.
So, Amy, do you personally practice singing too?
In the shower, maybe. No, I do think music and any sort of therapy, there's been a lot of studies done through nursing with music therapy and how it affects you physically and lowers blood pressure and heart rate. And, you see real physical changes to those, how your body responds to any stimulus, and pain is one of them.
Now at the risk of sounding caustic, and I'm not trying to, does it matter what music? I mean, you're saying he's doing Gershwin. Do I have to hear Mendelssohn or Copland, or can I play Aerosmith and just crank out?
Well, the studies actually were done on intensive care unit patients. This was many years ago, and it really depends on what you like.
Really?
So, if you're a heavy metal person, your blood pressure will go down and heart rate will go down and you'll be more relaxed.
It still goes
down. But if I don't like that, and you play that for me, my blood pressure is going to go up, and my heart rate's going to go up.
Really?
So it really is very dependent, and there's a lot of studies to back up this kind of work. Because your body responds differently. Some people are irritated by listening to opera or jazz and classical, so it's going to have the adverse effect.
I wouldn't say, to me, if I'm playing, I'm not picking on Aerosmith, but I mean something, Aerosmith, a real banger. You'd think that I'm getting into it, and so my blood pressure is going to go up, but it doesn't work that way.
Not necessarily true.
Really?
All depends on what you like and what gives you that release.
But if I'm an Aerosmith fan and you brought in classical,
your blood pressure might go up.
No kidding.
Yeah, and your heart rate. And your muscles will get tense, and, it'll be a very opposite effect.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did not know that. But, I mean, Greg, you've brought so many great people in, like Brenda and Amy before, and we know that all parts of the body, whether it's oral hygiene, whether it's stress, all affects the body. Mm-hmm. And this is just another example of, you're right, the tensing up, and you can't live like that because it'll just start eating you away.
Well, there was a recent article in the Smithsonian newspaper, and it talked about how in 2022, I believe, in the UK, all practitioners are going to be prescribing music and art to their patients. Is that, for them, give them a prescription for that.
But it can be as simple as, I write prescriptions all the time for people to breathe, which sounds really silly. I remind them to put it in their phone that 4 times a day they get a little ding and it tells them to take 10 deep breaths. What it does to the body when you do a regular exercise of some kind, whatever works for you, whether it's breathing, meditation, music, art, it sort of deflects the effects that stress or pain have on the body. So we can see a real physical change with somebody, and you can't always change what's going on in your life or the fact that you have chronic back pain, but what you can change is some of the way your body responds physically to the stressors in your life.
See, to me, and I know Greg shares this as well, it's going outdoors. Outdoor is the huge one.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go to the top of Mount Washington. You could go to Turtletown Pond in Concord,
Right.
sit in the parking lot and watch a heron or watch the beaver swim by. Boom, same thing.
Exactly.
And studies have shown time and time again, get outdoors, get outdoors. And to me, that's rejuvenative. Rejuvenative. Did I say that right?
So do you actually have clients that come back and you say, yeah, I've been singing 5 times a day and and now I feel great. You know, it works. Is there? Do they come back and give you feedback that the prescription is working?
Absolutely.
Oh.
And I think people don't take, when you are stressed or you're in pain, you will breathe short and shallow, and so you're not oxygenating well. So just making sure you are taking those deep breaths or doing some sort of regular journaling is another way to do that. And just, you're not holding it on your body and you're releasing it. And so, yeah, people do. But we're so busy in our society, we don't take the time to do that.
Here's a silly question. Does it matter whether you breathe through your nose or through your mouth? Is there a difference?
Well, sort of the classic is you breathe through your nose and out your mouth and you oxygenate well. But what I recommend for my patients, and it does sound very simple, but that they go, and even if they can't do yoga or fit yoga in, they go to a yoga teacher and learn how to breathe. There's probably 10 different methods or more of breathing, and all of those work. It just depends on which one you can do. So there is a variety of things. So I would say not necessarily, but when we're working with somebody in the office having a panic attack or in a lot of pain so we can actually get through to them, we'll have them sort of breathe in their nose and out their mouth just to calm them. But it can be any kind of, there's fire breathing, which is more of a short.
What is it?
It's called fire breathing.
Fire
It's
breathing?
a type of yoga breathing, and they breathe short and shallow out of their mouth. But there's a lot of different.
What does that accomplish?
It's just sort of, it's a way to combat the stress.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is you're singing with greater volume? Does that increase the effectiveness? Because some people just kind of mutter or sing to themselves, kind of thing.
Well, I think it's individualized. I think you have to figure out what works for you. Something that works for me, like being outside or singing in the car or the shower, really works well. Just doing different, even a mantra in the morning. We try to encourage our patients, even just the effects of positivity. Thinking about 3 things that they enjoy or like about themselves or their life, and you talk to yourself about that all the time. That alone is a very good way to release stress.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't think the volume counted. I would think it's just the fact that you're doing it.
What's also important is that the body holds memories and holds emotions.
Yeah.
And so whatever you can do to kind of release some and maybe some negative emotions is so important. And there's one thing about like singing or art or movement. People like to dance. They dance out their feelings. Whatever it is, it can release those feelings and release those trapped negative feelings.
And that will lower my blood pressure
Yes,
and
it
make
will
me feel
help
better. Really?
It has studies show that it also helps immune system functioning.
Absolutely.
The other thing, too, is very important is that when you do those things, you're more present. And that kicks in the right side of the brain. And that is that's where you're more present, more mindful, and all of that.
That's that whole left side, right side
Absolutely.
argument. Yeah.
I can see the co-op when I go back there. Everybody's going to be dancing and singing in the aisles.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you told us, Joe. Wow. That's fascinating.
And volume doesn't matter. Some people, again, it's everything. It's like the way we provide healthcare. Everything's individualized.
Right.
So somebody might enjoy primal screaming, and other people like to sing quietly or listen to music loud or soft. It really depends on the person.
Primal screening. Arthur Janoff was the guy that was,
Yeah.
Wow.
But they also found...
Why did I remember that?
Also found
That's good, because I don't remember that.
But people have Alzheimer's. What happens is that when they start doing art exercises and art, they give them art instruction and maybe collages. What happens is that they found that they don't need as much medication for restlessness. They sleep better. And they're also...
No. Sorry.
Yes.
When you were talking about that with Alzheimer's, would music trigger memories? when you have Alzheimer's? Because when we were kids, we were talking about this morning, when an album came out, we listened to every song on the album. Now they don't do that stuff as much anymore. But we did it. We knew every song, and it was with our girlfriend or the school we were in. So ideally, some sort of, hopefully, positive reinforcement. Does music trigger that with Alzheimer's patients?
Well, it's interesting. With Alzheimer's patients, a lot of facilities that have the memory care places for Alzheimer's, music is really a big part of the program.
Wow.
Because they'll remember the older songs. They may not remember what they ate for lunch, but they'll remember the songs. They start singing to the music.
Got it.
And that's so relaxing.
Wow.
And and also Alzheimer's patients, what they do is they take them to museums now too, and have art programs there.
Okay. All right. We got to take a break. We have to take a break. What's your favorite form of music?
I like folk music.
What do you like?
Rock and roll from the 60s and 70s. Classical.
Okay, you go. You're staying. You do the folk. We're going to rock out here. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. See, I love doing this show every week because the parts are interchangeable. We just got rid of Greg.
The parts.
Well, but the show still goes on. We have Brenda over here. We have Amy over there. And now
Leslie, the new
Leslie's
Greg,
back.
temporarily.
And you might have seen Leslie in the paper. Nice. No, it was a great picture of you.
Thank you.
Appointed to the board.
Yes, of the Concord Coalition to End Homelessness.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, I've been volunteering there since December in the Resource Center. And so I made them promise that I didn't have to give that up when I joined the board.
But that was great.
Because I do love that.
No, it was one of my, because I'm looking at the papers at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm going, hey, Leslie, I know her. So it was very good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
So what would you, why did you?
Oh, why am I here?
Yeah, well, why did you throw Greg out?
Well, I'm doing demos again, obviously, this month,
Okay.
and we're doing gluten-free theme.
Right there. I see
So,
that.
yes,
That's good.
yes. Some of them, are no flour added. We do have, there is a certification for gluten-free.
How do I know if I need to gluten-free?
Oh, gosh, that's a question for
I mean,
some of our other guests.
Am I
but
supposed to eat it? Or
I have reduced it and I feel better, but it's
So if I
Amy?
could,
your point,
if I
Yeah,
could
I see you.
interject.
yeah.
So gluten can be very inflammatory to the body and will contribute to pain and
Okay.
confusion, and it's also harder to digest. So it makes people feel better. It lifts the fog from the brain. It decreases pain. It
There
allows
you
the
go.
muscles to work better.
Fog.
Okay. Well, yeah, I got that.
Fog
anyway.
in the brain.
But if I don't have those issues, should I still go gluten-free? Or do I need gluten? I don't know.
You don't necessarily need gluten,
Okay.
and I'm not gluten sensitive, but I always feel better when I go gluten free.
Okay.
So it
Okay,
really
that's what
does.
I'm looking
It
for.
really does. It's hard for your body to break down gluten, and so when it's working that hard, it makes everything else in your body worse. And
Oh, I see,
health
yeah.
is all about balance. So if you can make something easier for your body, then
Okay, so that's what I was getting at. So even if you're saying, "Hey, gluten doesn't bother me," bingo,
Yeah.
you still feel better. Now you can go see Leslie.
But-
That's
Yeah.
where I was going at.
And one
Yeah.
of the things we have kids with, kids act out. We have parents put their kids on gluten free, and we'll see tremendous behavior changes in them. Yep.
Now, one of the things
Wow.
you want to mention is how many things have gluten in them, because I
So
have
many.
family members that have, I forget what the problem is, that the medical problem
I
that
have
says
celiac disease.
celiac disease
Right. Yep.
that can't have gluten.
Right.
And I have 2 or 3 family members, and so they can't eat gluten. And all of a sudden, that's when you realize how many things have gluten
it's
in
in
them
shampoo.
that they
What?
but that
Yeah.
they can't.
I'm not
Shampoo?
sampling shampoo.
Okay.
We're
But I
not
mean-
demoing shampoo this
Do
month.
it. No, give it to her while she sings in the shower.
Gluten-free shampoo. But
But I mean, look at all the bread
Yeah.
type.
So is it wheat based or where is it?
It's anything flour there's a lot of flour
okay,
base.
okay.
It can be white flour, it can be wheat flour.
Okay.
And you want to aim for rice products, potato starch products.
Wait a minute, gluten-free pizza?
There is.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Cauliflower based crust, rice
I bet
flour.
that sounds good.
Yeah, so it's being up there, 4 days a week talking to our customers.
Yep.
I have realized how many people shop at the co-op because they have a dietary concern. And gluten-free is great because all of our price tags are coded. So orange price tags are gluten-free. So it makes it super easy. Yeah, so we've been sampling, crackers
So that's why it's orange? I get it. Okay.
Cookies. There's like gluten-free and, there's pastas and chocolate sauces. And so it's fun because
Chocolate sauces?
people who aren't even eating gluten-free are trying these things and being like, oh, that tastes even better than the regular pretzels that I buy.
And it's much easier nowadays to be gluten-free because 10 years ago there weren't all these products available.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I can't. Our time's gone. Our time's gone. Go see Leslie. Amy Coombs, Brenda Wilbert. Wow. MyWholeLifeHealthcare.com and SchoolhousePlayers.com. Check those two websites out.
If you're in the mood for real food, it's Concord Food Co-op.